20 tips to gaining more followers on social media. Tip number 1. Have a presence. It sounds obvious, but you have to be in it to win it. Make sure you are active and available online. Tip number 2. Post at strategic times. In order to get followers, they have to be able to see your post, so make sure you post at peak times. Tip number 3. Use hashtags. This will help new people find you. Make sure you check for trending and relevant hashtags. Tip number 4. Chart your progress. This will show you when you are doing well and when you are not. Tip number 5. Set goals with deadlines. This will be a motivating factor to your success. Make sure they are specific and attainable. Tip number 6. Engage with your followers. Reply to comments and messages. Engagement needs to be two ways. Tip number 7. Engage with the industry. Collaborate with other creators, and make sure you keep up to date with trends and the occurrences in the industry. Tip number 8. Share your own content. Creating unique and engaging content and share it at peak times. Tip number 9. Reply to mentions. This shows you are present and open to chat, and also means that people will want to be a part of your community. Tip number 10. Have good customer service. No one wants to do business with people who they perceive to be rude or disrespectful. This is why building a solid, positive brand is so essential. Tip number 11. Do not buy followers. It can be tempting to inflate your follower count by buying followers. But, fake followers are very obvious to an audience and they do not want to interact with anybody who would disrespect the integrity of followers. Tip number 12. Be regular and consistent. Your followers will need to be reminded of your brand. The best way to do this is to post regularly. Tip number 13. Share the content of other relevant industry players. This shows you are engaged with the broader industry and increase your audience reach. Tip number 14. Share things you were tagged in. This makes your audience feel included in your content and your community. Tip number 15. Fill out your social media profiles completely. This will mean that people will know who you are and follow you because you look professional and trustworthy. Tip number 16. Shake it up. No one wants to follow the same boring accounts. Try something new and exciting to reinvigorate your followers and brighten up your feeds. Tip number 17. Be unique. There are so many accounts out there and you do want to blend in. Make sure that your content stands out and is recognizable as your brand. Tip number 18. Collaborate with other people in your industry. This will help you to reach new areas of your audience. Tip number 19. Doing paid promotional posts. This will also be an effective way of increasing your followers, but be wary of being too many. Tip number 20. Have a good brand. Make sure that your brand is appropriate to your audience, well developed, and consistent across your platforms. Having a brand is the first step to achieving brand loyalty.